Ahoy, wonders, and welcome back to the table.
I think I've gasped every time you said that.
I think we have proper internet this time.
Yeah.
And we have Scrung.
Oh, wow.
Man, what an opener. But speaking of opener, we got a package here.
Woo! It's been a hot minute.
It was specifically asked to open at the table.
Well.
Ahoy, Wonders. I've been a big fan of TFS at the Table since the beginning and wanted to show my appreciation for all the work you do. Like so many, what? Sorry, this thing's a little...
Handwriting stuff.
Yeah, handwriting. You've kept me smiling. Oh, you've kept me smiling through good times and really bad times. With your characters, artists, acting, and storytelling, you guys are all totally awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Not content to only sending words, I wanted to also send you something fun for your campaign. You will find enclosed a gift for our first Captain Grant. A set of Bifrost rainbow dice for everyone's favorite chromatic mushroom.
Hell yeah.
May they never leave you hungry and or dead. Thanks for all that you do, and here's to much more awesome things in the future. Stay awesome. From Steven.
But those are the only two options.
Apologies for my handwriting. My attempts to hook up to the printer via Wi-Fi were nothing but rage and failure. Hey, it's all good.
It's
And
all
hey,
right, man.
check it out. No more cursed dice for you.
Whoa! Thank you so much, Steven. Look at this. They're like all
Those are nice.
colorful.
Oh, yeah, nice. They're all
Those look really
pearlescent.
nice. Yeah, I'll get them out of the box so we can
So I'm
look
gonna go
at
ahead
them
and
all proper.
plop this right
Sick.
here real quick.
Thanks again, Steven.
So I want to show something real quick before we get into tonight's session. I don't know if anyone here is familiar with 3.5, but this lovely book
The Fiend Folio.
has may have a little bit of a part to do with tonight's episode.
Have you been jury rigging things, Zito?
I don't know, maybe. I mean,
No, I'm ripping him straight from 3.5. Good luck.
Yeah.
AC 38.
yeah,
Figure this one
AC-38
out,
monster,
smart
good luck,
guys.
dickhead.
That's what you get for solving my encounters.
So nothing but nat 20s are gonna hit this thing.
I think you guessed that was sprung early on. Fuck you.
And then it rolls like 3 nat 1s in a row and dies.
This is a sharp D4. You could hurt someone with this.
Oh yeah, dude, they're fucking caltrops, dude.
These will be fun. Nice weapons.
Yep.
Don't mind me while I pot these out. Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
If we get into trouble, you can make a makeshift blunderbuss and just load those.
Oh
in.
man, that would be cool.
I mean, one thing I did do as a kid with stuff like this, like these metal die, I thought I would be a badass, and there was this one kid. I had a wrist rocket, the little.
Oh no.
Yeah.
no.
So take a D4, a metal D4.
That can kill
yeah,
somebody.
that sounds.
No, I didn't go for. I knew, even as a child, I knew don't go for anywhere above. So I aimed for his foot. I hit his kneecap and I Charlie horsed him.
Oh jeez. That guy's probably still walking with a limp.
Nah,
Cut to
he's
that
fine.
clip
He-
of Dwight. Could
it's
you imagine
fine.
if I was deranged?
No, it was just a misdemeanor, not a felony.
Yeah, don't worry. No, it's fine because I got to take it away. This is when I was in like fucking school too.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
the kid came at me fucking
If
like.
you told me you did that like last week, I'd be like, are you okay, Zito?
Yeah, no. This was like.
Just hanging out at the boardwalk last
Hey,
night.
I got my comeuppance. The guy came, turned around, roadhouse me in fucking front of everyone, and I got to take it away, and it was detention. So, you know.
You know it's trouble when they use roadhouse as a verb.
Roadhouse. Anyway, we are pretty ready to get this going. Last we left our heroes, you interrogated a bunch of kobolds, or a kobold who called himself Bluey and said he was part of the Bluey gang. After spending some time trying to, like, ebb some information out of him, he slipped away in the cover of night, being he's a squirmy little kobold. You guys chased after him and were attacked by a bunch of drakes that were near a expedition site for something pertaining to a notebook that said something about a man with very hairy feet but very small to the ground.
Yeah.
Then you were surrounded by a shitload of the Bluey boys when Scrung came out and surprised you, saying this is his entire operation.
And we basically ruined it.
No, oh no, you didn't ruin it. He's just like, oh, okay. It's like, guys, just stop. I know who these people are.
We
So
had
now
to
they're,
make them give back some of their most recent loot, probably.
Yeah, so anything that was stolen from you has been given back.
Oh, my crossbow!
Meanwhile, there's one Bluey who's still holding your cape, just like a security blanket.
I'm sorry, little friend, but I'm afraid I need this more than you in the quests ahead. Just grabs it. I'm gonna roll strength against this little kid.
I'll consume you when you die.
By smothering you.
Yeah, just like 5 minutes of you yanking back and forth with this thing, you get it back.
Just wearing it. It's still wrapped in there.
Yeah, he's still hanging on.
Fine, you come along.
Now we have an accessory.
All right.
I
so-
don't actually take him. I leave him there.
I mean, he's coming back to base with you guys. Scrung pretty much breaks you over to his little house of operations, base of operation. So after traversing through the jungle, they pretty much take you through a safe route. As you guys are walking along, there's a lot of broken up temples around here. Nick, I'd like you to roll me a history check for me.
History check for broken temples. That'd be a 13.
13. You remember going through some of the temples back in Jahal Cove, and you remember you had to go through that tunnel to reach the inside of a ziggurat?
Oh boy, I remember that.
A lot of the artwork on here, it's not the same kind of artwork, but man, you could really feel that like this is the same kind of architecture.
This place is kind of reminiscent of Jahal Cove.
I've been feeling that too. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I don't remember if this was a big thing. He kind of like looks over to one of the walls. Scrung lifts up a giant leaf, and there's a picture of what looks like a bunch of spiders. Not so much the snake depictions like you saw before.
Huh. Yeah, that's a little different. I think I know there were some people back where we just came from that really liked spiders. The drow, I think.
Ain't seen none of them around here. I hadn't had a chance to actually send any of the boys over to the other side of the island. They keep getting super afraid about crossing across the water because of all the test firing they've been doing. They have any idea about what the goblins or anyone else is doing, because every time they go across, they turn around and go, there are meteors raining from the sky.
Huh. Well, at least we know we're kind of close to whatever grand design activities going on.
Is that what it is? Because boy, I've been stuck here for a month and a half, and I kind of wish to sleep in a bed. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Probably have a place for you to sleep on the ship.
He looks at Chromagill, turns around. He,
Just, if you wanted a bed.
He's only big enough to grab around your ankle. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So what exactly is your operation up to over here?
Well, despite the fact that I was just trying to see if I can find a way to get on a ship and get me the fuck out of this deserted little area. There's a lot of big, bad, mean things around here that want to eat you. And luckily, I found some of the less smart ones. He looks over at all the Bluey boys. There's a tidal wave of kobolds behind you guys.
Looks like I found quite a number of them.
Yeah, apparently they're strangers to this land too. They were chased out by something else. I can't really understand most of them, and the ones that do speak common are broken. Ain't that right, Bluey John? Yeah.
Oh, well, I could help with that. Chromagill just walks over. Hello, little ones. Where'd you all come from? Wearing his ring. He will understand any language they speak.
They all hear your voice in their heads, and they all scream collectively and scatter.
Oh, no, no, oh.
They're all hiding in the woods. They're just off in the distance.
Don't worry, I understand that my means of communication are perhaps a tad unorthodox, but don't worry. I mean you no harm. Your boss here doesn't seem to quite understand your previous predicament. He understands you were chased out. Where did you come from? You may have a home you'd like to return to, and perhaps we could do something about that.
This home now with boss.
Oh. They say that you're their new home.
Oh, good. That's gonna be even more fun when I break ties with them and let them go on their own merry way. I mean, they can keep this place. I don't want it.
Do you like it here? Turns back to them.
All of them turn and look towards each other. One shrugs.
I think they'll be okay with it.
At the very least, indifferent.
Yeah. Well, at least they have a little bit more of an idea of what to do. They've actually been doing very good jobs running boarding parties to gather some materials for me. But that's not the big thing of why I kind of stuck around here. I didn't... to the north of here, there was a realm gate that I thought I was going to take me back to Heldrum, above all things. But then, I don't know what happened, but I ended up in the middle of the jungle, and I didn't know where exactly I was.
Well, as fate would have it, we're actually still trying to head up north.
Well, that's good, because I think I might have something that might benefit you on that run. So, that fairy friend of ours back at Wright actually gave me this. He shows you a small triangle-shaped stone with a little sigil on it.
Does this stone look familiar to me in any way?
That would be a history check.
It does not. That is a natural 1, which to wake is a 0.
Oh.
Natural 1. What's it do?
He never expected you to actually know what it did anyway. Yeah, let's not do that.
Oh.
He holds his hand out to you so he can take it back. Our fairy friend back at Wright told me that if I didn't actually return to where I wanted to go through the realm gate, if I went back through the realm gate while holding this thing, it would take me back to Wright. Only problem is that as soon as I stepped through the realm gate, something broke it. And the realm gate is not completed anymore.
Oh. Well,
I've been trying to find ways to fix it, and I came up with some kind of solution after a couple of runs I've been doing. I was hoping that you guys would have the final piece I needed. But, if we can actually just make our way back over that way, we could open up the realm gate and have a quick little way for us to get back to Wright from the other side, depending on how far away we are.
That sounds pretty handy.
That does. What is it that you need?
I need someone to come with me back over to the ziggurat where the thing was hidden, and I also need someone to bodyguard me while that's happening, because apparently the Bluey boys told me that there are other weird goblin-like creatures running around that can turn into wolves, and I happen to know what those are.
I think we might have run into some of those recently as well.
Blargus?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, they're, you know what tieflings are to humans?
Yes.
Sure.
That's kind of like what they are to goblins.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, last time we ran them, they were running around with some gabberboos.
Gabrazoo?
That one.
Okay, see, I don't know what those are, but that sounds pretty bad. But also
They
kind of a
were.
silly name.
They were pretty bad. I mean, we killed 2 of them. We also had a bit more muscle on hand at the time, but
Essentially banished them. Apparently, they're kind of this sort of undying thing. You can sort of just send them back to the realm they came from. It's
There's
strange.
also another way you can do that.
Oh?
A lot of old folks' tales about talking about these things. We didn't really have them over in Heldrum, but fun fact about them is that if you baptize them in a wall of fire that's at least bigger than themselves, they will be sent back to the realm they came from.
You don't say.
is there like some sort of ritual to that? Because
Not really, just so like maybe if you burn a house down while they're sleeping and they're inside the house, they'll just go away. No, it's not arson. I can see the look on your face.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
You don't think... Never mind. Chromagill doesn't know red.
So my only bigger concern now is that these boys, while they're quite good at stealing things, they're not really all that well up to the task about demons. Maybe that's where you could come in. And he looks over to he looks to the rest. Well, you guys only went on board. Also, I do have a way to replicate this stone, but the problem is that he holds up a scroll. The paperwork that she gave me, all the information's kind of been ruined because I fell into a pit of oil.
I see.
There's kind of writing there. Like, it looks like it's incomplete, but anyone who is well versed in magic might actually be able to reconstruct it.
Well, we have a couple people back on our ship that might be able to help with that. I mean, one's more of a biologist, and the other one is an actual doctor.
You have an actual doctor on board?
Yeah. Yeah, she, well,
Plague doctor, but a doctor.
also very complicated. Not really sure what she is.
She
Well-
seems to have a checkered past.
Well, whatever she is, it might be good because a couple of my boys kept coming back from trips up north. They've been getting sick.
Sick, you say?
Yeah, I can show you when we get to the base camp.
All right.
They continue onward for a little bit further, You've been going uphill as of right now, but then out of nowhere, like, the path starts to, like, slope down almost to an open-mouth cave. You start seeing bits and pieces of ships and other metal objects. Like, there's architecture here that looks completely alien to what, like, a cavern would look like. And since it's Scrung, who's from another realm, that makes complete sense for him. So he's been trying to cobble together a sort of, like, little living space for himself, while everyone else kind of, like, made little holes like kobolds do and just tunneled their way into the cave.
So this area around here, I'm guessing it's kind of a dumping ground for other realms based on the stuff around here.
Nah, not so much. It's just me trying to recreate stuff that I kind of know about. Had a little bit of architecture study when I was back home in Heldrum before I was exiled.
Right.
Yeah, they kind of wanted me to brace up for a diplomat because they didn't want me to have any other job. They thought it was too, they thought it was, silly for someone to have a goblin diplomat, so that's why they kind of threw it at me before, you know, the whole rank thing happened.
Right. I'm guessing no headway on that, huh?
Nah. It looks like, that curse is pretty real, considering that I thought the Realm Gate would just put me back. I couldn't find the ring in time, and, I decided, well, no time like the present, and it just, I guess I'm still here in Kelpie.
Well, for what it's worth, Scrung, I think this realm's lucky to have you.
Persuasion check.
Is it lucky?
Fucking Bespy, that's an 18.
He accepts it.
Yes. Haha, good friends.
I mean, he needs some fucking, like, support here.
He
he
could
has
use a win.
He's not lonely. Like, he has a bunch of people he can talk to, but the problem is that he barely can talk to them.
I'm just waiting. Rolled a nat 20. Shut up, Wake.
Don't you lie to me.
So
It wasn't.
he pretty much he lets you guys inside. You're inside a very large, like, metal building. Inside of it is a bunch of just random objects taken from other ships. Like, there's some bedding off in the corner. There's a bunch of notes in one side and a workbench. There's a small pantry with meager amounts of rations and food, like stuff that's like barely cooked, like maybe like a pan with some eggs off to the side, like enough to just sustain him. There are pieces of some of the metal objects you guys found when you were underwater, so obviously the Bluey boys must have like taken some of the broken up bathyspheres that kept flying into the air and doing test fires.
I remember these.
What do you mean? You've been finding more of them?
Well, we found things like this underwater where we parked our ship.
How big was it?
This thing? Oh, it was huge. It was a giant, almost glass and metal tunnel. Looks like it might have been used. It looked very similar to this, though, and we found some people that were dressed oddly.
Morgan kind of did sort of like a brain melting thing with them, and he might have seen what happened to them. It looked like it was some sort of flying contraption. I don't know.
Scrung looks to Morgan now, waiting for information on that. And how are you able to get all this info?
I can interact with the dead.
Oh, so this is Risk 2.0, huh?
I mean, shrugs. He hits things harder.
All right, good. Between you and me, I didn't really feel like the bleeding heart could have lasted on the field any longer.
Yeah. I mean, he's back at right now doing all sorts of studies on Nedra and other things that we left with him.
Yeah, I would have figured you would have took the kid with you. But in any case, what info you got with me? We'll catch up on that later.
Yeah.
From what I can remember, it was some sort of flying contraption. I think it was a test or something. Seemed like a prototype they were working, and it went catastrophically wrong and blew up.
That's not too unsurprising. A lot of the workmanship on some of the more put together bathyspheres I had the boys collect is, well, I'm not trying to say this in a whole way, but you guys don't know how to make an airship worth shit.
I certainly don't.
I agree. I cannot.
But that pretty much seems to be the entire thing they've been doing so far. All these tests kind of like prove they're trying to do aviation. Or at least some kind of like So wait a minute, like, it went into the air. What was the reason why it was catastrophic? I mean, I have eyes on the inside now. Grant's looking at me right now, just like.
Because I know. I know what you're getting them to say.
You think now to betray me?
I think the pilot was supposed to follow a set of instructions, like hit a sequence of mechanisms, and I guess the pilot hit the wrong one.
Well, what were the mechanisms?
It was a series of panels, little
Buttons. That's how I keep my pants on.
You pressed it?
Just a giant button on one side.
Just press it.
I mean, it's more of a kilt, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like a button.
Okay. Like, Skrunk's just, like, sitting down on the table. No, he, like, takes, like, not a cigarette, but, like, a puff of a pipe. He's just like...
It's like these idiots are still on analog.
How you gonna drive with buttons, smart guy?
Oh, boy. Okay. All right, well, what do these buttons do?
One of them seemed to catch it on fire. I remember that. You were terrified when you came out of that trance.
Yeah. One,
Actively setting the thing on fire?
I think fuel spilled out of it.
I mean, I can do that.
The button actively made the fuel go out.
I guess so. And another button was to keep it stabilized in the air. It released something from the top of the sphere to keep it in the air. Another one let the fuel out, and then another one was just an igniter.
You watch Skrung, like, just, like, throws his pipe and runs over to his notes and starts, like, flipping through them. Oh my god, that's so inefficient.
Girl just tries to whisper, forgetting that his brain is sending this message to everyone. Is that good? Is that a good thing?
I mean, probably not.
I don't think so.
No, it's not a good thing. These idiots are killing themselves in the test fires. They're not airships. They're just giant bombs.
Oh.
We brought back a piece of one of their propellers. It's a detachable. They set the sphere on fire and dropped themselves on top of enemies. That's the test firing.
Well, that explains a lot.
Oh my god, people on this planet are idiots.
Doesn't seem
probably-
like a great way to travel.
Probably could have done that so much better, too. I mean, like,
They're goblins, Wake. A
Don't
lot
they
of the
have-
corpses I found inside these ships were goblins. They revel in the chaos.
fair.
Just seems like you could get similar results from a catapult with flaming things.
Well, that
right?
makes sense with all the suits they've been wearing. Apparently, they have enough tech to realize that burning someone alive from the inside is a really dumb idea, so they had parachutes or at least some kind of beta test of that. Oh, right. You all don't know what parachutes are. You jettison a guy out of the ship before it hits the ground, and then they float down.
Huh.
I can
That
do
doesn't seem like a
kind of.
good idea.
I mean, I can do that without stuff.
So,
Kinda,
like,
sorta.
It's like Featherfall.
I was about to say, like the Featherfall spell.
Yeah, but not the spell.
They just get to do
So
that?
it's like a big tarp.
Yes.
Okay. Look,
Was that what what was attached to the one body we found? Is that what it was? Was it a pair of chute?
I think he said parachute. Look,
Was it more rubbery?
Kind of.
Why are we
Maybe?
shooting pairs?
I don't
No,
know.
that was that's like a balloon. It's like take a sail, wrap it around itself, and there's air on the inside, and it makes it go up.
Chromagill's just staring. Balloon.
Look, I'm sorry. You're talking to a living mushroom. I'm a dead man, and
And listen, I welcome this company because the fact is that these idiots don't hold a good conversation. Bluey Dave, get in here!
Hi, Bluey Dave.
Bluey Dave, how's the weather? Ah! Get out of here, Bluey Dave.
I mean, I thought it was fine.
He said it was balmy with a slight breeze.
Accurate.
Roll a persuasion check.
10.
Fuck it, that's exactly what he said.
I have the ring!
All right, well, look. Obviously, it's nice to know that I could just, hopefully, unless you got something you need out of me to do first, because I figured that was what I had to do to keep the Blueys in check. As long as I don't got some stupid hoop I gotta jump through, can I hitch a ride with you out of here?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, thank God.
But about fixing that portal. Portal to right does sound pretty useful.
No, it absolutely does sound useful, so I can yell at the fairy and ask her to do it again! This time, making it work! Sorry, I'm just... Here, hold on. I have just the thing I need. He, like, takes a giant bag of coffee and just, like, pours the beans in water. All right.
I have some pre-made cold brew if you want it, you know. Still got this bristle bean here. All right. Mark another one down.
Just fucking steals it out of your hand and drinks it down.
Morgan reaches into his coat pocket and waggles a little satchel of tobacco. Some. I may be dead, but I have vices.
Okay. So, takes a wee bit of your tobacco and hands the case back to you.
Thank you.
Like, all of the shit that he's ingesting in himself is just mellowing him out. That he looks like he fucking needs it. This man looks like he's like 2 steps away from having a heart attack if something exciting happens around him. He does kind of have... Something I didn't actually explain to him when you saw him, he did kind of have like a... He had a fucking beard.
Oh.
Like stretched down to his belly button.
I didn't even realize that was possible for you.
Yeah, laugh it up.
I'm not. I'm impressed.
Goblins have hair, Wake. Some of them do, some of them don't.
I mean, my hair only grows out the top, this part here. Oof, oof, oof. I'm not even sure if it's technically hair. It never changes length.
Yeah, get your ball jokes out. They're quite common in my people.
I have like tiny nerve-like hairs, but they're, not exactly visible or fashionable.
Wouldn't really make a bald joke. You always reminded me of a turtle. I like turtles.
Scrung hard looks to the camera.
Scrung faces.
I've got these fun gills, though.
Me too.
He just takes another drag of the pipe.
Anyway, that ziggurat you were talking about.
Yeah. I had some of the Blueys go out for a little bit of an investigation. Wanted to make sure there was a safe path to get to the ziggurat at any point. Only a couple of them came back. Said something big was out there. Not only just these, the bad bosses, which I'm assuming that they assume is the Blarghast.
Right.
I don't know how many there are, but I know that they're overtaking the entire ziggurat because they keep saying that there's a whole bunch of them. But there are other things out there in the jungle. We got drakes. We got all sorts of really big spiders. Tarantulas the size of a dog.
Okay.
Bats probably about the size of him.
I think we dealt with one of them once. I mean, not really dealt. We kind of just
Witnessed it.
pulled a hook out of one.
But if you guys are around here, that actually makes me feel a little bit safer about that.
Aw.
I can take you as far as I can, but getting rid of the Blarghast will probably be on your take because I have my gun, but the only thing I have left for it is just making it a club.
You're out of ammo?
Yep, and he like shows the gun to you. It's in piss poor condition. It's like, it looks like a piece of it actually kind of melted inside, like some kind of acid dripped on it, and it has bite marks on it. One of them tarantulas I talked about. That.
Corrosion.
I take a couple of daggers off my bandolier. I mean, they're silver. They should be able to help you out a bit.
He like flips it in his hand.
They're shaped like shark's teeth.
You hear almost like a small little whiffle sound, like a very small puff of air. And like Scrung like kind of just went like this, like he was throwing a card right past your head. I'm gonna roll something. Yeah, so with his dex bonus, Scrung has a +9 to dex attacks.
It's more than I do. which is extremely impressive considering I have max
I was
dex.
gonna say you're like near god level dex.
There's a few couple of things that
I'm sure he has some enchantments going on.
Oh yeah, like remember he is royalty where he comes from,
Yeah.
so he knows about all the best deals and knows how to work them. Yeah, I think I'll be good.
I flip it back up, catch it with my ghost hand, then gently hold it back over to him.
You want to kindly explain that shit?
Yeah, I wish I could explain it better, honestly. I channel my key through it so you can see the key going through it and like the veins and stuff. I lost the hand, but not really, I guess. I'm learning how to channel my...
Kroika looks at your ghost hand and then to Scrung's like artificial hand. Huh.
What, you ain't never seen prosthetics, kid?
Well, no, it's just
I thought I was gonna need one, honestly, but...
yeah. Why didn't you do that?
I don't know much about magic, but I'm assuming it has something to do with the fact that Monk's got some crazy stuff going on with Key.
Yep, something like that.
I'm guessing that's a little bit of what it is. So it ain't all that shocking, but still quite strange.
Yeah, it's pretty useful if people don't know it's there. And
Nah.
it's gone.
Yeah, he's just like nodding at that. Nah, that's a good trick. I like that.
Still trying to figure out...
Bluey
how to-
Roger, get in here! He like hands you a dagger. This will be great. Put it behind your back.
All right, back of the belt.
What if I told you the fish man, Bluey Roger? Bluey Roger, get this. He like starts muttering something to him in his ear. Roll a perception check to see what he's saying.
That's something I'm pretty okay at. 18.
He starts talking about something called the Bluish Shark, which is a folk tale that actually most of you would hear about this. There is a species of shark in all throughout Los Aranas that is actually known to possess like almost strangely sapient intelligence, and they're not exactly merfolk. So it's like this weird like subsect of shark that have been given actual sentience.
Smart sharks.
He starts like muttering to him like, "Hey, he might be one of them." Yeah.
Knife just kind of floating around. I hold 2 fingers up to the side of my head. Bring the dagger down.
Roll an intimidation check with advantage because Scrunk's helping you out on this one.
Intimidation with advantage. All right. 15.
15. Bluey Roger faints in fear.
He liked it.
Yeah, Skrunk's just laughing at this and he wakes him up. All right. Go ahead. Here, he like hands him a little thing. He hands him a rat that's hanging off the side, like like a captured rat for meat. Here you go. Get out of here, you idiot. Like Bluey Roger's just like sitting there, just like shaking menacingly, but then he just like just waddles out. I needed a laugh. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so do you boys need any rest or whatever? I mean, I might not have the best supplies, but I might have some stuff to help you out there.
I can't say I actually took any damage when we were dealing with that drake.
I'm a little sore from the Drake fight. I might need a second just to recuperate.
All right.
I don't need any supplies, really.
Well, the Blargasts aren't going to be going anywhere, and I don't know what your ship's crewmates are going to be thinking on the fact of that. Should I? Actually, no, that would be a stupid idea, sending some of the Blueys out there to tell them that they come in peace.
I mean, if you guys need to rest up, I can head back and just tell them what's going on.
That might be a good idea.
All right, well, at
I'm down to
that
half health.
point, we can just pretty much say that the Blueys will help you get to the ship with no problem without any issue.
Yeah,
So
they'll help me navigate.
yeah, so you got like a small pack of Blueys kind of just like wandering next to you and like point you through the woods to get you over back to the shoreline. The ship is anchored right next to the shore.
Oh, they did move in. That's nice.
Well, you've been gone for 4 hours at this point.
Makes sense. I basically like whistle up to the ship. Voltara, Mitra.
They look. You see Valtara look over the side.
Hey, so, funny thing, and turns out, ran into an old comrade here. He's gonna be helping us out. There's a portal back here, and, if you wanna... Wait, you know a lot about dragon-like creatures, right?
Valtara holds up her journal.
Yeah, turns out a lot of these little kobolds out here have been getting really sick. I'm not sure what's going on, but maybe you and Micha would be able to help
Watch
out.
Micha kind of like pans up beside her.
What were you doing down there?
You tell no one. It doesn't matter anything.
Fair enough. I judge not. But yeah, a lot of these little kobolds have been getting sick from exposure to various creatures on this island. So maybe you guys might be able to help, and I can introduce you to Scrung. He's great. Takes a while to get to know, but he's great.
Valtara grins, and you watch as Micha just holds up a syringe with a smile on her face. They're coming down.
Meanwhile, could we leave a couple of you guys? I talked to some of the kobolds. I think some of you can look after the ship, make sure nobody runs off with it for us.
They're all staring at you.
I ask in Aquan, do you speak this language? Voltara, I don't speak dragon.
She looks down to all the Blueys. All of them stare up at her. The fact that she holds her finger out to them. First of all, she's like now scolding them in Draconic. You have no idea what she's saying. All of them, because of Valtara's trait of intimidation, because she's a larger creature than any of them, like even you feel this. There's like a fucking shrunken disappointment in them. But then she just pats one on the head, and they all chill the fuck out, and she mutters up to grunts over to them to go up to the ship. And they all just look to each other. I'm gonna roll persuasion for Valtara. Yeah, she pretty much just became Team Mom as all the Blueys listened to her for word, just go up the ladder.
Thanks, Blueys. I assume that was a good thing.
Valtara actually grabs the one that said that. She takes her two of her fingers.
Slaps it, and he dies.
No, bad.
Bad.
Bones snapping with every tap.
It's literally like when what is it? The LeChonkla comes out. The fucking boot.
La chakla.
Yeah, it's pretty much the LeChonkla treatment.
The flip flops.
Yeah.
Just.
I'm.
Oh, you're prepped. Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. She just takes her two fingers, slaps him across the face very, very lightly. No, and he looks like he's about to cry. Go back up there.
It's Guadalajara all over again.
All right. Well, I can lead us back. I'm an excellent navigator.
Bluey Dave's still with you.
Oh, hi. Bluey Dave. Yeah. All right. And we head back to rejoin everybody.
Yeah, because it's currently still 4 in the morning right now. Going back through the jungle at 4 in the morning might not be such a good idea.
Gone.
So everyone heads back. You make it there within an hour and a half.
And I'll take a nap just for posterity.
Yeah, everyone pretty much gets a full rest. So it is now 10 o'clock in the morning. You all rise from your sleep. Scrung is pretty much outside. You hear Scrung yelling at all the Blueys to do stuff. All the Blueys are running around. Valtara and Micha are at attention now. They haven't had a good chance to be introduced to Scrung because the moment you guys came back was the moment he was gone, so you have no idea where he went.
Oh, hey. Voltara, Micha, I'd like to introduce you to Scrug. This is very reminiscent of my day, by the way. I was up at 4 a.m., then I went back to sleep, woke up at 10.
Oh, nice.
Had to take Erica to the airport. Good stuff.
So, what's his face? I forgot his name. Bluey Dave. Bluey. He's been talking to Bluey Dave. Bluey Dave is talking to Scrung. They're conversing with each other. Roll a insight check, everyone, to understand what's going on here. Because a lot of the things they're saying, even with your ring, they're saying a lot of weird strings of words that feel like weird vernacular that even you can't conceive.
And that's a 16.
I think I know what's going on, but 13.
Natural 1 for me. I don't get it.
Why don't I know?
Morgan, they're in Thieves' Can't.
Oh, yes, the Silver's tongue is totally working.
I think the captain used to talk that way with Scrung sometimes.
Well, I
never
mean, you
really
can still
picked up.
you can still hear him. It's just again, you're just like, what
The
the
words just don't make sense.
Yeah, the words just make absolutely no sense. Like, ah, yes, potato pancake up in the air.
Absolutely boat matches.
Bob's your Roger, biddle bubbly.
So they're speaking in Thieves' Can't. That's the way that him and Bluey Dave are actually able to speak to each other.
That's a nice loophole.
Sometimes the captain, he would talk like that. I always thought that I was, like, my brain was not working good.
Yeah, that's just how thieves talk to each other.
Captain was a thief.
You think you know a man. Don't worry, Wake. I never stole from anyone who didn't need it.
To be fair, Ezra stopped us from stealing from most everyone.
Yeah, really.
He was a thief with a heart of gold.
Yeah.
He wanted to do the steal.
Less of a thief, more of a con man.
Yes.
What's the difference? So Scrung now turns to a lot of you. Ah, good, you're all awake. We got some even more bad news.
Cool, let's pile it on.
The Blarguests are mobilizing. They're, apparently Bluey Dave here and a couple of his friends went up towards the Ziggurat and they found out that they're trying to find some way to actually activate the portal.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, we're just gonna have to stop them then and then find a way ourselves.
Yeah, but now the bigger problem is that some of my men came back like this. He like walks you over to the side. There's like small little bed, they're not really beds, but like there's like small little
Cots
bedrolls.
kind of things.
Yeah, like little bedrolls for people to sit on. Like no one here knows how to be a doctor at this point. So he like goes over the sheet. The sheet's over their faces. He pulls them back. Like you see the sheets are moving up and down, so there's breathing.
Okay.
He moves one away. The entire side of one half of this kobold's face is melted off.
Ultara! Micha!
Corrosion? Look, it's... Oh.
Fire.
Oh.
From the looks of it, infernal. Mm-hmm. There's more than Blarguests there.
Ultara!
Oh, they're on it.
Okay.
Like Voltar just like momly pushes Scrung away. Out of the way!
That's Voltara, by the way, Scrung.
Oh, yeah, great. Wait. She ain't a dragon? What the hell is she?
She's...
A thunder lizard.
Yeah.
That's what this one dwarf traveler called them. Think big, not quite dragon, but the big reptile people.
She's a dinosaur?
Yeah, I think I've
That
heard
one
that
makes
once.
more sense, yeah.
Great. More reasons why this planet shocks me and amazes me. And, oh, a tabaxi. Good. Fantastic. All
Actually,
right.
she's some form of... Yeah, let's go with that one.
The tabaxi is like a vessel. She's real. It'd be too complicated.
It's very... I think it's a...
There's.
He, like, holds his hand out to Morgan. Like, wrings it out, like...
Bum a smoke there, mate.
See, this is
Thanks.
what happens when you feed a stray.
They always come back.
You tell a
What-
smoker
you-
you have a lighter and they keep asking
You
for
give
it.
a mouse a
Like-
cookie.
Well, like you, friend, I too have vices, and I've been out with them for a month!
I miss hit. I mean, a little, sometimes.
Oh, good. You're a druggie now. That's
I mean, I haven't done it since... the
He can
incident.
quit whenever he wants. He just doesn't have his supply.
Thank you,
great,
Chromagil.
says the lush.
You've never seen me drink, have you?
Do you say that to him? Oh, no.
No.
Well, there's no point.
Yeah.
No, Sprung is just a very good read of people.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
right.
let's Scrung just. Let's.
I don't know, but this giant mushroom man seems to be
Just
a drunkard
seems
to
like
me.
an alcoholic to
You've absorbed alcohol, so you're just protruding the scent
You just
forever.
reek of yeast.
Yeasty.
All right, well, as much as I really, like, you know, I don't have too much of an attachment to these boys. I'd rather see them not get wasted over the Blarghest, though. Not a big fan of them, and any dead Blarghest is a good Blarghest for me. So, if you guys have a little bit more of a knowledgeable hand at this, I figure it might be best we head up there and see what's going on.
Before we do that, can I see your pistol real quick?
I mean, yeah, it doesn't work, but here you go. It's a very cobbled together pistol. Like, it's been tinkered with. It's not broken apart from the part of the barrel that's corroded away, but it definitely looks like this is a hobbled together. Like, there's like some magic, magic tech that has been put into this pistol. But because of the fact that it's busted up to all hell because of acid, it's not working right now.
Morgan turns to Voltara. Do you know the spell Mend by any chance?
Notes!
No.
Sadly, she does not. The spells she does know: comprehend language, swim, healing elixir, shield, chromatic orb, magic missile, Bigby's blistering barnacles, analyze blood, and dragon's breath.
One of those sounds unique.
One of these things is not like the other.
Also, is swim a spell?
No, but there is
Just a skill?
there is water breathing.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do,
I feel like there's a version of water breathing that also gives you a swim speed. I can't remember what it is though.
but there is a way to do. Actually, there is a way. If you do enchant ability, make it strength. You run at double the movement speed,
Okay.
or swim at the double movement speed.
Right.
Because it is an athletics capability check.
And so it's completely inoperable.
There is metal to work with it. It's just that it's going to take a while to work at the workbench with it. You do have knowledge how to service a pistol, so it's not,
Exactly, because
with your background, it works like that.
right. Is there a way to check the area for like the scraps and the items to see if I can try and fix it myself with my military history?
With the knowledge that you have, I would say roll me a survival check
Okay.
to find the materials you're looking for.
Okay, to find the materials.
I'll assist since I know topography a bit.
Go for it.
Okay.
So get
advantage.
Advantage on that.
That's a modified 20.
Yeah, you find pieces that there's a way to fix this barrel. It's just that Scrung doesn't have the know-how to actually work and service a pistol, especially the one that he tinkered with. And with all the way that it's burned through, he was like, "Oh well, I don't really have a lot of stuff to work with on that." But you seem to know like what's the best way to go about this. So you get the materials with no problem. Wake assists. You ask Wake to like find a certain bits and pieces. He
Yeah.
does so. He gives it to you.
Copper and iron.
Yep. So you are
barrel.
now at the workbench with the service pistol and the parts needed. This will take up 4 hours if you do plan to fix this with a certain roll.
Okay. Well, I used to be a mercenary for the Navy, and I have my own. Shows my pistol to Scrung. If you give me some time, I can try and fix this, and if I can fix it,
Do you think we have the time? If they're mobilizing and heading towards that thing?
They haven't been on the move for quite some time. I don't know which direction they're heading. All I just know is that Blueys end up back somehow injured. So they know about us. I just don't know if they know where exactly we are. I think we got the time.
All right.
all right. So Morgan's gonna try his hand at either trying to make that pistol serviceable again.
What? Riddle me this. How do you feel you would like this to work?
Okay. Now you said that the barrel was completely corroded.
Yes.
Okay. But the handle's fine and the hammer's fine.
Yes.
So it's more of a matter of just replacing the barrel and the actual flintlock pit.
Yes.
So, and we basically determined that I was able to find a potential replacement barrel in the actual.
Yeah. You essentially have the pieces to replace the entire part that was corroded.
Yeah.
And enough materials to maybe, if you fuck up, to maybe try again and to fix your mistake.
Right. Like, because I know he modified it with some magical elements.
Yeah, like on the hammer, you could see like there's what looks like wiring that's attached to some kind of rune.
Okay.
That hasn't been touched because it's on the side where the barrel hasn't melted.
Right. So yeah, basically, I'm trying to replace that barrel and the striking
Yes.
latch. So let's see. I've got burglar's tools. Does anyone else have some kind of something that might help? Like, who's got what kind of pack or tool? I'm basically asking everyone.
I have next to nothing. Basically,
Okay.
everything I've got is all my.
Valtara used to have thieves' tools, but you had to give those away.
Wake has cartographer's tools and navigator's tools, so if you need a compass or a sextant, I got you covered.
Let's see what Micha has.
Sextant is a fun word.
I mean, honestly, a
To
bone
what
saw,
extent?
bone saw would come in handy.
Yeah, Micha has medical supplies. That would be in there.
So like a bone saw and stuff. So with the aid of like Micha's bone saw and my tools and my knowledge, so that's probably gonna be what
I will say roll a 20 with proficiency.
roll a d20 with proficiency.
Yes.
Okay, so just a flat roll plus 3.
Can I assist with my elemental attunement to try to keep the metal tempered?
Yeah, like basically with all this assistance, it's preventing it from being a disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's a 16.
16. It takes about the entire 4 hours, but with everyone's kind of like hand in the pot helping out, it's not a too many cook scenario. You make the gun serviceable.
All right.
Strong now has his pistol again and makes him significantly way more useful than he actually was.
One last thing. Reaches into that and pulls out 3 chromatic rounds. Only for emergencies.
Huh. So they made bullet versions of this, huh?
Yep.
Because he pats the rune on the side of his pistol. Keep your rounds. I got this.
All right.
His gun do what your bullet do.
Enchantments.
Actually, you see one side. Like the rune is on like a little turn. It has the chromatic orb symbol on it, but it also has another symbol on it when he flips it around. Just so we're not out trying to outdo each other. Want to give you a little bit of flair, kid.
Well, now you're not completely at a disadvantage.
Nah, this will be great. Thanks.
How many rounds do you have?
I don't know. Let me check. Bluey! Yeah, like 2 kobolds like come in with a small crate.
Did you say Bluey or Bluey?
I was gonna say if you needed some, I might be able to produce some for you.
Nah, some of the boys came back and they actually snatched up a weapon depot.
Oh, that works.
He kind of like he pushes the box aside. Hey, Wake and Morgan, roll a history check because there's an emblem on the side of this box that looks very familiar.
Doobity doot doot doot. 14.
That's a 10.
All writing looks
14?
the same to me.
This is a box from North Zealous.
That looks vaguely familiar.
What do you mean? Like Scrung barely understands or knows because he's not from this realm.
Well, I mean, I've never been where that thing says, but I think this is the symbol of Zealous, and I think that's from the northern side of it, which is
Really?
where...
Huh.
Yeah, it's where our little friend went with the unicorns. Remember when we were... Wait, you weren't down there.
No, he wasn't down there.
Well, you would have heard about it.
Oh, wait a minute. He like looks down to Bluey and starts talking to him in Thieves' Cant. Oh yeah, apparently this is from a Navy vessel. He opens it up. It's an ammo crate.
I lit a bunch of those on fire once.
Hello, old friend.
He's got ammo to spare. And if anyone else has any rounds, like what guns do you guys have?
0.
0.
I used to have some, but I sold them because I don't use them.
Chromagill's packing heat.
He's got crossbow.
I've got the crossbow, but I've already got plenty of bolts. So.
Okay, and Morgan, if you need some, there's handgun bullets in here, like 24. The box of 24.
Until you find me a gun with no metal in it.
I mean, that's magic.
I'll take a couple satchels of gunpowder, but
Yeah, sure, if you want to.
all right.
I'll say you have 2 water skins worth of gunpowder.
2 bags of gunpowder.
And then I'll obviously take the.
Yeah, you get a box, and Scrung takes 2 boxes because he doesn't have any ammo.
All
So
right.
with that, you guys pretty much are set in stone on that. However, Scrung does say, all right, so I know we got your doctor friend with us, but I feel like they might actually be a little bit better suited to helping out the boys down here. Mm-hmm. And I also would like someone who's a little bit more, he looks over to Micha and Valtara, a little bit more competent at keeping the boys in line, especially that one. He looks at Valtara, who's scolding one of the boys for. She's like, she told one of them like, "Hey, get me some cotton to put on this guy's head so he doesn't like suffocate or burn up." And like he comes back with a dead rat.
Wrong.
No!
No.
Not what comes.
That is lunch! That is not!
So yeah, I think they might be better suited here.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
I mean, there is Bluey Paul, but I don't know if we want to bring him along.
Is he a bit of a renegade?
You could say that. He also,
Bluey Paul comes in, does a kickflip, smokes a cigarette. Oh, he's so cool.
Bluey Paul used to be their leader, but I kind of tricked him out of a test of strength. And he follows me around, but I don't think he likes me that much. But his strength would be pretty beneficial. It might need some convincing, though.
Okay.
Which one is he?
Which one? Oh, well, he ain't that hard to find. Hey, Dave. Bring in Paul. Yeah, just like Bluey Dave like shrinks, just like, are you sure? He like kind of like runs off. Like five minutes later, you hear. Bluey Dave turns the corner and he kind of like runs away after he did his job. A hand that probably is like like fingers about the size of this bottle.
Okay.
Reach around the side.
Big fingies.
Just a
You beat him in a match of strength?
He tricked him.
I trick. Keyword wake trick.
Okay.
The hand pulls around. It's another kobold, but he's like a fucking brick house.
He's Mongo Kobold.
Yeah, so in comes a blue scale kobold, probably like up to Morgan's waist, but he's
okay.
this guy's
I was
fucking
gonna say,
built.
I'm imagining Buff Jerry.
Yeah, pretty much.
like, how big is this kobold? Like, is
He's
he,
up to Morgan's waist.
Okay.
He's got sausage fingies.
Yeah, like the dude has a giant belt buckle that goes around his chest, and he has a broken looks like it's a great sword to him, but it's a long sword to you guys. And the blade is this wide.
But he's taller than Scrung.
yeah.
Okay.
He's a Rambold.
If these were my people, he would be the leader still. Just looking at him.
So he kind of just marches in. He has the one sash. He's got a little bit of he has a jaguar's pelt that droops down to his legs. And his tail has little pouches that are strapped on the side, but it also looks like a good chunk of his chest, near one of the pectorals, has bits and pieces of shrapnel that are sticking in there, they weren't medically taken out properly. So they're just there now. So it's 3 blades of a rake that come out the side near his shoulder blade.
So, Scrung, if we get this settled, you'd have no reason to come back here, right? And he'd be the leader again, right? So
I can see that.
So that seems like it would be kind of beneficial for him to help.
Okay, well, which one of you is more diplomatic about that? And don't say it's you.
I was absolutely possibly going to suggest that, but Chromagill, would you like to?
Sure.
He's the tallest of his people. You're the tallest of yours. That's
Hail, fellow sovereign! You seem like a kind of like motions like
Bluey Paul. But as you know him, Bluey Paul looks up to like he actually doesn't hear you. Remember?
oh, my mistake. Oh, kind of like gets his attention, like waves in front of him.
I mean, you could try to sleight of hand the spores.
Nah.
So you're just gonna sneeze right in his face.
Just sneezing, not so much in his face, but definitely near him.
In the area. The area has been sneezed.
Bluey Paul kind of just like sits there like stone faced. Just
Hello, hail, fellow sovereign. You seem to be the tallest of your kind, a trait my people find very valuable. It's come to my attention that you were previously the leader of this little organization before this fellow shows up.
he looks at Scrung and he like reaches for his blade.
Now. He did win the contest fair and square, from what I understand. But
He like takes his hand down and he rubs his hand across the metal.
I do have to tell you, we're going on an adventure that might get him out of here. And once he leaves, that spot for leader will be vacant and completely available for you. But it's dangerous, and we could use some extra muscle, which you seem to have quite a bit of. So what do you say, Bluey Paul? You want to come along?
He's very angry about that.
The name.
When you say that name, he looks at you with great disdain.
Is that... I'm sorry, names are new to me. Is that not your name? I was under the impression, kind of like looks around, sort of... What would you like to be called?
Renfang, previous name.
Well, all right, Renfang. You could be Renfang the leader once again if you help us out here.
Persuasion check.
Oh, damn it. You didn't use the new dice, did you?
Oh, you're right. It was a trick.
You can still use the ability of that thing, I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
I have to roll an insight versus it anyway.
That's true.
Oh, what is the number, pray tell?
5?
Is that with
Plus?
bonuses or is that just the dice roll?
Hey, you know what? I don't think I'm going to be convincing other people. So yeah, sure. You know what? Let's silver tongue this up. That's a 15.
Much better.
All right.
But I'm going to put a little X by it so I
Good.
know I've used it.
Because if you had that previous one, he would have beat it by 2 points.
Ooh. Just to satisfy my curiosity. How would I have done it? Would you fucking believe I got a 5 on the new dice too? So you know what? Not a curse. It's just these damn hands.
It's just your fingies.
It's dim mitts. Dim dice.
All right.
Renfang.
New stat to track fans. See what rolls were good with my right hand versus left hand. Is it one of these hands that has cursed these rolls?
Renfang help you. Renfang much rather see green idiot fall dead by my blade.
Well, that's not going to be part of this journey. He'll just leave. Now, Renfang, you seem like a reasonable young lad, and I need you to understand that if I
75.
a reasonable, very young lad, my mistake. And if
Kobolds don't normally live till 20 because of how stupid they are.
Grobagil is in diplomat mode, not exactly
Of
thinking.
course. I know. Listen, that was a gag. Come on.
But Renfang, I'm going to be honest with you. This Strung fellow, while I haven't known him very long, seems to be very valuable and good to my good friend Wake. If you harm him,
I
There-
wave.
Renfang eat shark before.
if you harm
You don't hear any of this. It's all draconic.
And if you harm Scrung while I'm present, I'll let you know. There will be trouble with the rest of this group. You may be a strong fellow, but even 3 against 1 is bad odds for you. This is not a threat. I am here to tell you that I want to work with you and help you. But if you cause trouble, there will be trouble for you.
How me know this will actually be in place? How will Renfang know green idiot will leave when this is over? Me want proof.
Scrung, could you come here for a moment?
Do I have to?
Don't worry, I'll stand between you just in case.
Fucking just like staring down at him. It's like fucking looking at Smaug, just staring down at you.
Scrung, if you could have any wish in the world, would it be to stay here?
Fuck no.
If you had any wish, would it be to leave?
Absolutely.
Well, there you go. Renfang, according to Scrung, if he had a way to leave, he would take it. The purpose of this quest is to open a way for him to leave. He doesn't want to stay here anymore. He wants to go home.
Give item as proof of contract.
Do you have like any sort of collateral you could give him to prove that you mean this?
Is there something that signifies leadership?
Oh man, fine. Here, have a coin. Renfang slaps his fucking hand out.
Oh! All right, seems perhaps there was some miscommunication on my part. Is there a specific item you're looking for?
Something of great importance, not fake current.
He's looking for something of value, something he knows has inherent meaning. Just currency isn't quite what he's looking for. Do you have anything?
The fuck does he mean currency doesn't want? He's a kobold. They all want something shiny. Renfang holds his meaty finger claw up, and he points at the gate key.
Oh. Look.
Fucking Bluey Paul's not stupid.
No, yeah. Hey, okay.
There is a fucking giant shit-eating grin on Renfang's face right now.
Now, Renfang, I just want to let you know, if that's the object you want to take, that is the key for him to leave through the door we're trying to open. So if he doesn't have that, he can't leave.
Renfang have nothing to lose. If he not leave, I kill him.
But the goal here is to get him to leave, and if you take this,
I want
he
to see
can't.
him suffer.
Okay, Renfang, I'm suddenly reconsidering the offer of bringing you along. It seems like
I'm gonna ask Romeo, what's he saying?
So it seems that he wants to take the gate key as the collateral for this agreement. However,
gonna work.
Exactly, and I'm trying to explain that to him. And Renfang seems to understand what I'm saying, doesn't seem to care. But I'm not sure. I'll see if I can get that to change.
So what does he want?
Well, he really wants that gate key, and he really wants to see Scrung suffer. And
Would him learning about Scrung's suffering help?
perhaps, maybe. Got it.
Okay, here's the problem though, is that it doesn't seem that Renfang doesn't understand Common. So
I know. I would have to push it through him.
yeah, you would have to regale the tale to Chromagil.
If you'd like for me to interpret for you, I can try.
All right. Well, let me tell you all about Scrung, the Banished Prince.
Just assume Chromagil is repeating everything he's saying for sake of not
Of
garbling
course,
up the
of
mics.
course. All the while, Scrung is looking fucking absolutely haggard at this entire tale.
And
The
Chromagil
tale of Scrungliachi.
and Chromagil will not spare any
This
details.
works now, Wake. This works now.
I know. I am well aware, and feel free to fire at will. Anyway.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
I will absolutely keep it. You have no idea how fast I am now.
Anyway, go on. He, like, waves the pistol at you. Like, go ahead.
When I first came across poor Scrung, he was basically being tried for a crime that he absolutely committed. I vouched for him.
He's loading a pistol. He's loading his pistol, and he, like, looks to Morgan. Okay. He points the pistol at his mouth, and he's just like, should I?
Now that could have been the end of it. He could have just been held for that, but no, we ended up in service of a great pirate lord. And he thrust us into journeys that put us in grave danger. Specifically danger that made him lose his arm. And I hold up his fake arm. Now this entire time he's been looking... Now this entire time he'd just been looking for a simple ring to get back to his home. But nope, that wasn't happening. It was within an inch of his grasp, but then it slipped away. That sucked. That sucked a lot.
See, like, now you guys are just watching as Scrung's bottom lip is puckered into his lip like he's biting down on it. Small trickle of blood.
And then he lost the arm, and then some fairy tricked him into ending up here, stranded. Now, if you want to blame anybody for him being here, it's that fairy. And I assure you, he's less happy with that fairy than you are. He wants to get back to that fairy to teach it a lesson. The only way to get back there is with that key.
Persuasion check. Chromagil.
You know what?
Anything for the assistants?
Okay. You know what? Sure. Well, he has a fucking.
I was gonna say I don't think it's gonna be necessary, but
Oh.
just in case.
You are still running on the plus 10.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, fair enough.
27.
Yeah!
Very well. Renfang not take key. We'll take something else smaller as collateral.
I have other key. Other key which open any door. I don't know why I talk like this. I don't even understand what he's saying.
Yeah. So,
Maybe, but basic common maybe help much.
well, at this point, after Chromagil like turns to you all and says he'll take something else. Well, like I said, these idiots are all about something shiny. So
I hold up one of the one-time use skeleton keys that Lancey spits out.
Ooh.
You can use this to open any door. Find many shiny.
It's a special key that will work on, real doors, not the ethereal kind of door we're trying to open. So, different key. But
Locks, really, anything.
Yeah, just real locks. But only once.
He takes
Can only be used once, so save it for something important.
he takes the key. Like from a stone face, his fucking mouth just goes perk to perk grin. His fangs are showing.
I smile back, my own fangy grin.
This work.
And it seems we have a deal.
Man, these things are better currency than my money.
Happy to have you along, says very loudly to everybody. Renfang, and shakes his hand.
That's his name? That's fucking stupid. Oh, what the fuck? He can't understand me. Me hear you, idiot. And that's where we'll take a break.
Hey!
All right, we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the table.
All right, so you have persuaded Bluey Paul, aka Renfang.
Which apparently he appreciates more than Bluey Paul.
I don't think he's gonna be the most pleasant of company, but he will accompany you in assisting in getting Scrung the fuck out of his leadership role from all the other kobolds. Valtara and Misha will stay behind and tend to the wounded, unless there's anything else you want to ask or do from them before you head out.
They seem to know more about what they're doing than I would, so.
Okay. So, Scrung, while he technically doesn't, he knows where the ziggurat is, he hasn't, gone on an expedition to go back towards it for quite some time, so he's gonna be your guide, but, be prepared that you might end up getting lost somewhere along the way. So, it is now, I'm gonna say 11 o'clock in the morning. You guys head out into the jungle. I need everyone to roll a survival check because the heat or the humidity from the jungle is fucking massive.
I feel like I'd be into that. But,
That's a 14.
16.
18.
16, 14, 18. Renfang's fine. Scrung's fine. Everyone passed their check.
Yay.
You can feel the humidity off the jungle as, the mist is rolling in. There are other creatures that kind of look like they're having a hard time slogging through it. You'll see, a couple of monkeys, actually, just looking like they're super haggard. They all get away as soon as they see the sight of, Renfang, because Renfang's looking at them, he, licks his lips like he's about to eat one.
Wake was doing the same, so.
You have more in common with Renfang than you know, then, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, Wake has actively hunted almost every small innocent creature he's come across. Except turtles.
They're sacred.
They are.
Although,
likes
however, Morgan, roll me a perception check.
Sorry, just nicked my finger. Perception is 17.
17. You look off to the side and you see like there's a small path off of where you guys are walking. That there's a cutaway, like someone kind of like took a machete and knifed the path out, almost in the same style as the expedition site that you guys found a couple hours, like maybe yesterday.
Huh.
It goes off the path of where you guys are going. You're currently heading northwest. This is going east.
I think, I don't know if we're alone besides the demon incursion.
I mean, we already know this place is pretty populated by those drakes and apparently monkeys. Delicious, delicious looking monkeys.
I don't know about monkeys, but I definitely know that drakes don't wield bladed weaponry.
They're kind of like humans. They're small and they have tails, though. That's about monkeys.
Noted.
Do they use bladed weapons?
Not usually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we got this chunking idiot over here, as Krung points out. There is just complete animosity between these two. Like, you're not getting a nice compliment to each other at all. There's no cooperation. But however, he does raise a point. There is the idea that the kobolds are there because Renfang's walking around with a great sword, a long sword.
Yeah.
However, based on the height from the way you saw the passageway, this looks more like a human being did this, or something that's way taller than a kobold.
Yeah, the cuts were made by something that's much taller than kobolds. Definitely humanoid, though.
Well, we found the body of a dragonborn, and we know that there are people doing experiments around here. Maybe it's them.
Well, the Blargess would probably be about the same size as me. They're just infernal goblins.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be them. It would have to be maybe the people that were running these floating ship experiments.
Well, those all seem
that's
like
my-
goblins from what we remember, right?
Yeah, mostly.
But we did find the body of that dragonborn. among
True.
them.
We did find a dragonborn corpse.
Yeah, because these cuts, whatever did them, they gotta be at least as tall as a human. Something at least in our height, Wake.
Right. Well,
You think it's any importance? Anything you guys know about the Blargess that they've been walking around with someone who would do that?
we know that sometimes they travel with tieflings, so it's very possible that...
Yeah.
Renfang's getting tired of waiting and he walks in the direction of the pathway.
Okay.
I mean, he'll find it before we do.
Fair enough, and also I don't like being taken by surprise.
He pulls out his blade and he just wads in.
I'm going to stealth behind Renfang and probably a chunk of the group here. My stealth check is a 12, so it's not great, but I'm stealthing nonetheless. I think I'm sneaky.
You were trying to duck waddle behind this kobold right now.
I am a shadow.
Renfang kind of just slaps you in the side with his tail.
Ah, did you see me?
Renfang takes up the front. He kind of stops. He puts his blade right in front of you. He points out in the direction. There looks like there's something hanging from a tree a couple of yards away.
Perception check, see if I can get a better glimpse at her.
Same.
Yeah, same.
Probably not on my end. 7.
12.
10.
Morgan's got the better one on this one.
Focus!
That's a pair of legs hanging from the canopy.
Oh. Those are legs.
Wait, just legs? I pull out a spyglass from my navigator.
You'd have to get... Okay. You see the torso of a humanoid creature hanging from the tree, limp.
Yep, that's a body. Just hanging there.
There are...
Is its body just kind of draped over the branches, or is it?
No, it's you look up and it's just hanging there.
Okay, so hanging.
Well, you don't know that because
We can't see the top half
can't
of it.
see
I'm
the top
guessing.
half,
It's
it's
just,
just from
it's
the
just that we
canopy.
see legs
Yeah.
dangling down
It's
from
covered
the
in
canopy.
the brush.
Behind the body, though, from where you're looking, is another one of those almost broken up temple walls. So there are it's like a broken temple is behind it. but that's as much as you can see from here. You would have to venture forward to actually get a better look.
All right, be on your guard, everybody. Whatever's there is probably not friendly.
All right, so I need everyone to roll a stealth check.
That's better. That one is a 22. Oh, no, 24.
I am, I'm gonna say, unconsciously assisting Wake's stealth by being a distraction with my 2.
Okay. Well, you can't get any worse than Renfang with a straight 1. He just walks over there.
All right.
Morgan
Modify 20.
and Scrung. Ah! Scrug's not there. It's fucking invisible. Thankfully, because of that, this was a collective roll for everyone.
Oh, man.
So it's Scrung's not nat 20, but with a 27 in stealth.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You guys are pretty much like you grab, like Wake just like grabs Renfang from the tail and pulls him back. Like, nope.
I am stronger than you. Maybe. I don't know. Get back here. He doesn't understand me. Maybe he does. I don't care. Quiet.
He like looks at you. He's about to snarl and grab at you, but then like everyone like stops and looks forward. You guys see that there is a pack of sleeping wolves in the middle of what looks like used to be a campsite. There are broken down tents. There are a couple of bodies like chopped up and thrown away into a small little like wooden cage cell. Like this is obviously where they've been like pecking out for food because there's a blood trail that leads to the wolves sitting around the campfire. However, what's weird about this is that there's also like just humanoid weaponry around them. Like one of the wolves has a set of javelins right next to it, and the other one has a staff. There are 4 wolves as of right now. They're all asleep, and when you look up above, there are 4 human bodies that have been speared at. Like they have javelins shot through them. They have torn flesh off on the side. They are being hung from the trees above you.
I point. I'm just like, Larguests.
Scrung's just...
Oh, there you are.
So, how will we go about this, boys? You are hidden as of right now, but you can see the scene.
Let's.
I'm giving you...
Always busting out a timer.
I'm giving you 45 seconds.
Okay.
All right.
Well, whatever happens, I'm gonna nature sense to give us that good old give them disadvantage and advantage when things pop off. But if we want to launch a stealth attack, I would probably be the wrong person for that.
Okay. Can you kind of go down the line for the 4 Blarguests?
I know what I want to do.
Okay, you know what? If everyone's gonna actually like have a turn at this, I'll pause the timer.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
So, one has a set of javelins, one has a staff.
The other 2 you can't tell.
The other 2 I can't tell. I'm going to...
And they're on the side of the Blargest.
They're on the side. The one with the javelins, I'm going to use a slot to cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay, he is marked.
All right. And then I'm just going to ready in action with my pistol.
All right. I am going to try to gently, I'm going to try to gently lob one of these bags of gunpowder that I have, kind of nestled near, like, the largest amount of them that I can get. Because I know these things like bursting into fire when they get angry. Or, you know, they seem to get fiery when they get upset.
Well, from what Scrung told you, like he said, if they... Basically, mechanically, if they start their turn in a well of fire or in some kind of fire that is taller than them, they instantly get fucking, like, just taken back to their realm.
Well, that'll make this even better.
Yeah, then I all the more want to do this. So I'm going to want to throw that bag of gunpowder, you know, just kind of like lob it so it just gently lands in the grass near them.
Roll me a acrobatics check.
That's the reason I do this, because I am good at that. Acrobatics is a 23.
23. Plus 5. let me just double check something here. Perception check. Okay, this is not reliant on smell, so they don't get an extra bonus to this. They made it with a 17, so you beat them.
Excellent.
The pouch bag has been thrown closer towards the center of the campfire where they're all huddled around.
All right. So it's near the campfire. Awesome. I am going to inform everybody that I'm going to try to startle some of them awake with the other bag of gunpowder, which I'm going to throw off to the side as a distraction, like away from us, off to the side of the camp, which would inevitably wake them up. And in that time, I would then set fire to the one by the campfire, which would hopefully get rid of a chunk of them.
Scrong kind of like pats you on the arm. Wait, let me get into position. He like holds up his gun and he flips the rune on the side of it. He's gonna roll a stealth check. He told you he'll make a sign to show that he's in position.
Wake nods.
He points over towards where the body, the corpse pile is. He says, "Just watch where that is."
Nods again.
And he disappears.
Meanwhile, Chroma Gill, did you, other than doing your nature sense and stuff, did you?
I'm gonna ready just my club just in case something storms at me. Because really, other than actually, I'm gonna ready fairy fire for the first one that starts making moves towards me.
Okay.
Get it reaped.
And unfortunately, Renfang, he's a barbarian. He's a fucking barbarian. The best thing you could do at him is just tell him to go smash. So right now that's not happening. He doesn't have anything to work here. With a 17 versus, well, the Blarghests are sleeping, so he's actually able to get around them pretty well without them noticing, even with their bonus. Yeah.
While Scrung is doing that, Wake is making a makeshift wick out of various bits of cloth and popping
That's
it
going to
into
be a
that
sleight of
bag.
hand check.
Can do. Thank God for big decks. That is a modified 20.
Okay. By 1 point away, they almost beat you. They got a 19. It's on scent. You playing around with all the vegetation that agitates one of their flares, one of their noses, and they flare up a little bit. But he like lifts his head up and then just like shrugs and goes back down to sleep. Scrung, you look off the distance. Everyone roll a perception check.
Why, that's a natural 20.
That's a natural 1.
Oh boy, natural wonders.
You can see.
16.
Yeah, you all can see like just behind the wooden gate. There's Scrung's like blue and white stripes, kind of like coming out of the vegetation. He has his gun at the ready, and he like looks to you and he nods.
All right, I use my elemental attunement. I light the wick. I throw it to the far side of the camp. I take one of my daggers, dip it in lantern oil, and light it as well.
Before we get to the lantern oil bit, then.
Sure.
Because this is obviously going to probably rouse them awake.
Yep. The explosion will certainly do that. But this is what I'm using to ignite the other thing, unless Scrung's doing that. So we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes. Like, yeah, keep the lantern oil idea off to the side right now, because that's going to probably be during surprise round.
Yep, bonus. Okay.
So
Gunpowder is...
Your fireball lands on one of the pieces of gunpowder. About 2 seconds later, the Blarghest lifts its head up because obviously it now hears the sizzling and crackling. And with a massive, hefty explosion, it goes off. One goes off, and then the second one goes off. Scrung, using that as a ready action, aims his pistol. His gun lets out a jet stream of fire. His gun can use Dragon's Breath.
Yeah.
Nice. I remember we had a blunderbuss that did a similar thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, with a nat 20, I'm sure they can't beat a deck save of that.
Probably not.
But they could match it.
No.
They can't. False.
Well, this is for damage sake at this point.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They are resistant to fire. So, funny enough, like, fire banishes them, but they are resistant to it.
Yeah, it's a gamble I was taking.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so I want you to roll me I want you to roll me 2d12s.
2d12 barbarian dice. My goodness. 11. 17.
And Scrung's attack did. So you did 17?
Yes.
Okay, so round that down. 17. I'm gonna. Okay. And then with Scrung's damage, Scrung rolled 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 6 for him.
Okay, so that would be 15 total.
Yes. So for 15 points of damage on every single one of them, except for 2. The 2 take the half that. Well, more than half of that because they're resistant and they succeeded.
Right.
So max damage, you did that. Minimum damage, you kind of just like woke them up. They took minimal damage. They are currently baptized in flame as of right now because of the fact that the oil, the fire's there, but after this turn, it will not sustain. You have to find some way to keep the fire sustained on your surprise round.
Well, guess who has a fucking lantern? What?
Roll a dex save.
Dex save?
Dex
check, right?
Dex check, I'm sorry.
Acrobatics. That is a modified 20.
Modified 20. Yep. Your fire, the fire is doused in oil, and the flames grow even larger and larger. You hear every single Blarghest let out a painful whining howl as they all get up to their feet. This is kind of a little bit too much of a surprise to them. So on their turn, this is an ability. This is not an ability, but something they have called Fire Banishment. When the Blarghest start its turn engulfed in flames that are at least 10 feet high or wide, they must succeed a DC 15 Charisma saving throw or be instantly banished to the realm they came from.
Hell yeah.
Good thing they're ugly as hell.
They have a Charisma of 14. Plus 2.
That's still way better than Wake.
So they have to beat a DC 15 with their Charisma.
All right.
The Blarghest with the javelins, you watch as his form kind of like shifts away out of sight. And he fucking just transforms into ash and gets blown away.
Cool.
I
Second
think that
one.
worked.
Same with him. That was the one with the wand. He's gone.
Goodbye, Wandy.
Cool. Sounds
Second
like you could have been a
guy
caster.
who resists the fire damage. He's gone too.
Hell yeah.
And last one. He's gone too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, got 4.
Single turn encounter.
Yep, the encounter has been thwarted. Good job, guys.
Ah, just down 1 lantern.
Oh. Scrogo kind of goes back from his ready stance. That was less than I expected.
Well, there is now another problem, though. There is now a raging fire in the center of the campsite, and you're surrounded by vegetation.
Oh. I don't know if I've really ever thought about any of my stuff being useful for putting out fire.
I can only put it out 1 square foot at a time, or 1 cubic foot at a time, so that's not happening.
Currently, it is a 20 by 20 square.
Huh.
I'm gonna start digging a trench around the forest.
Survival check.
All right. Just, I don't have a burrows. Oh, natural 20, though.
Okay.
Needle spray just seems like it's going to make some sparks.
Renfang, hurry!
He'll follow suit. He unfortunately though, he just takes his sword and he uses it as a shovel.
That works. I'm the Mongo now.
Chromago will also try and aid in the effort of digging a trench. Is it just athletics?
Since you're a siege, that's considered sieging. I'm gonna go
Okay.
ahead and give you an advantage on that.
Hell yeah. But
you
athletics, you said?
Yep.
All right.
Survival or athletics of your choice.
Okay. Well, they both have the same stat. 22.
22.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, you guys make a trench around it. The fire, if it was to escape, will go into the trench.
Okay. Well, at least the rest of the forest won't burn.
The campsite around, you have a little bit of the campsite still left to go. You have the corpse pile off in the crate. You have the 2 broken down tents, and you still have the bodies now hanging over the fire.
Well, at least they'll be roasted. I mean, I'm not gonna eat them.
Scrung just looks at you.
Is
The
the
fuck?
is the tent
I
on
have
fire?
eaten a lot of things, Scrung.
But you're telling me now you've eaten people.
I mean, some things are sentient. Most things are sentient.
Told me about that one frog.
Yeah.
The tent, was it on fire? Or
No, it is
tuned on
not.
fire? I'm going to go investigate the tent.
Go for it.
11.
11?
Yeah.
Inside, you find a lockbox that is... Well, you find a small lockbox. You can't open it because it is locked. There is a small bedding area off to the side, and there are 2 books. One that looks like it was drawing pictures of wildlife around it. It looks like a sketchbook. And the other one, it looks like a journal.
Okay, I will take box and both books and just kind of exit out. Maybe we can get an idea of who these people were before these things got them.
Scrong asked for the box.
Here you go. It's locked though, so I have no idea what's inside it.
Oh, don't worry about that. He watches, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small little pick.
I was just waiting for his mechanical.
Yeah, I was waiting for go gadget lock pick. Just
I mean, where do you think it came from?
fair enough.
You actually look at his finger and he just goes.
Go gadget go.
Wow. He didn't really roll that well. With an 11, the pick broke.
Pink.
Told you.
All right. Well, if anyone else wants to give it a spin, I'm waiting to be impressed.
What's the, is it sleight of hand or
It would be sleight of hand.
sleight of hand? I'll give it a try, because I do have the burglar's pack still.
My dexterity is terrible, so I would be of no.
I got a 12.
That just beats it.
Hey,
Huh.
It was a 12, but you just beat it.
let me see that. Oh, must have
Oh.
loosened it up.
Loosen it up for you. You open up the lockbox.
You gotta jiggle it, Scrong.
Shake it.
There is a small tablet on the inside of it, and it is broken up into 3 separate pieces. One looks like a extremely long stick on one end. The other one looks like a very large gelatinous creature, or some kind of sentient mass in the middle of it. This is all written in stone, by the way. This is an piece of artwork in stone.
Yeah.
And the other piece next to it, this is all put together, by the way, is another pair of this really long stick that comes from it. It's not put together correctly, but after jostling with it up some, it depicts the form of a spider. But it almost looks like there's a tower of them.
That looks like something I wouldn't want to run into.
Something tells me we might, if they were excavating that from down there.
And they also had this. I hand over the wildlife drawing and journal. My reading isn't the best, so perhaps someone else could be better with that. But they've got some fun pictures here.
Baltar would probably really like this.
I start flipping through.
You're flipping through the picture book.
Yeah.
Picture book is a depiction of a lot of animals that you've seen. You've seen a couple of the monkeys around here. There's one depiction of a centipede that wraps around a tree.
Yeah.
There's one depiction of the drakes.
Uh-huh.
There's a depiction of a gorilla.
That's a big monkey.
There is a depiction of what looks like... It's weird. It looks like it's supposed to be the body of a chicken, but it's mostly the head. And it has 4 pairs of legs.
I don't know what the hell that is. Anybody ever seen something like this?
Whoops.
Ah!
Would it be a nature
Metal
check?
on metal.
What,
Would
that
it
would
be a nature or history?
Nature check.
With a 19, do I know what this is?
You've heard stories of very this creature. When you look at it, you get this really fucking weird sense of dread into you, because you've heard whispers through trees of creatures that, even though they are one with nature, nature can still be malicious, and this creature has that exact same vibe. Whatever it is, you want to keep away from it.
I don't know it by name, but I can tell that is not a creature. The spider thing I mentioned earlier, I thought I might not want to run into that. This, absolutely. This seems like something to stay away from, or honestly to destroy if it comes across us.
So it's not good eats.
Probably not good, no.
It just looks like a fucking weird chicken, says Scrung.
That's why I thought it might be good to eat. I was thinking hey, dinner, right?
Well, the
Around
whispers
here.
of the trees give me feelings of great dread and despair for this creature. I would
You're a
steer
mushroom,
clear.
though. How do you talk to trees?
Well, I mean, they're.
How do I talk to you?
You know what? That's fair.
He's got you.
That's how. Throws just a couple more spores on him.
Oh God. Got a mushroom growing on his nose.
Renfang looks over at him.
Ah.
He gets it.
There's still the corpses up above the fire.
How many are there?
4.
4 corpses, huh?
And they look like they've been actively hung.
Like hanging by a noose?
Hanging
or-
by a noose.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wade can get those down.
Climb up the tree and
That'd
snap
be great.
the rope.
You know what? That'd be great.
Yeah.
If you could do that, that'd be
Roll
that'd
me
be
an
awesome.
athletics check then.
Athletics is a +5, 23.
You make it up the tree without incident.
Up, dee, hoop, up, ah.
Pull out a knife, slice the rope.
And it falls into the fire.
It's cooking.
I had to squeeze in that sideshow Bob thing. Well, so there was those, and you said there was a pile of flesh.
There's a
off
pile of flesh off to the side, but it looks like it's not like it's a skeleton or anything. It just looks like bits and pieces of flesh that, hey, this might be cool to eat later, says the Blargast. Throw it in there.
Is there at least a pound?
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna climb back down and try to drag the body out of the fire with my trident.
Well, let's see.
What I was gonna say.
Let's see how that. Well, I'll wait and see how that goes. Plays
All right.
out.
Okay. Give me a acrobatics check for that.
15.
You scoop out the bottom half of one.
Oh, that was way looser than that. Oh,
Ooh.
This thing is fresh too. The entrails are hanging out.
there's no way that should have popped up. It's actually more impressive than anything. And oh man, they didn't even devein it.
Why are you prepping a human being?
I'm
like
not
it's
trying to
turkey?
prep it. I was trying to take it out. Here, have some pants. It might have something in the pockets.
That is traditionally where humanoids keep things.
Scrung just like sideshow Bob fucking grunts and then just like reaches his hand. No, that's a bad idea. It's still hot.
Head be the bottom half. Head be the bottom half. Down. Okay.
Do you want the top half? I can bring out the smoldering bits.
If you can try and try
Athletic.
one more time to get
Acrobatics check.
I mean, like, what part do you need the
I
most?
just need the top half.
the top half.
The top half.
Okay.
The head specifically? Does it need to be
I mean,
a
the
part
entrails
of
are
this?
still technically attached. I just kind of ripped that spine in two.
I'm gonna roll something.
One way or another, something is coming back from the dead.
Oh.
You guys watch as something walks into the fire.
Hey, was that? Whoa!
Did we see what that something was? Was it
Nope, everyone was
Renfang?
arguing. Renfang's not there though.
He's in the fire.
I look over to the fire. Did anyone?
You watch as Renfang walks out of the fire.
Hey, Red Fang, you
He throws like the top half in front of you.
Thank you.
You watch as he looks down at himself. Ice breath. Fire's gone.
There you go. Teamwork.
Morgan just shuffles the two halves together with his feet. Yeah. I'm gonna use my fourth level spell slot to cast Animate Dead on this body.
Whoa.
Oh fuck. We're getting some necromancy, boys.
I'm on fire and it cut in half! The air feels cold. This seems evil.
Well, I'm actually gonna choose this guy to be a bone boy, so a skeleton.
Ah, he's gonna remove his meat clothes.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean the flesh got burned off anyways.
So you guys watch as whatever meat was on this thing just like slides off the bones. And you watch as a perfectly like bleached skeleton kind of just like rises up. Only torso up first, and then it looks to the other side. It looks left and right. It looks to the bottom half of it. The bottom half is wiggling.
Something about
stands
this
up.
seems unnatural.
Can you do that to any animal? Because that is a great way to debone something.
I mean, if it's not too big, there's a size limit.
Right.
You now have a human skeleton standing there looking at you.
And
So this is what you look like on the inside.
God damn it.
yeah, so now as cruel as it is, he is my undead servant.
Alright.
But this is also, I got us an ally, and I'm also gonna get us some info with using the lingua mortis feat on Morgan. Just gonna have a nice chat with the Scutall man.
All right. Well, everyone else only just hears.
Is this not creature from this plane?
No, it's fuck. It doesn't speak. It has no tongue.
Just had to ask.
It has no tongue, but it must speak.
So yeah. So Morgan just like
It has no
puts-
lungs either. It's
So
shitters.
Daniel.
Yeah. So Morgan kind of just like puts his finger on his temple.
I'm gonna roast some of these coconut crab bits that I stole from those coconut crabs. While
You
we're waiting.
you now take vision from the inside of the tent. Mm-hmm. You start hearing a bunch of barking from the outside. Mm-hmm. You actually stand. Whoever you are, you stand up, and you hear a female voice ring out from your body. Professor, for the last time, I know you can actually make noises like these things. I know the circle you spent time with, but for the love of gods, I'm trying to sleep. She opens up the entire veil, and you're watching as these 4 gremlin-like creatures are up in the trees. They're kind of like laughing and barking at the same time. They're biting on other corpses, the corpses that were up on the trees. Mm-hmm. The professor, whoever she's talking to, is still alive as he's like getting ripped to shreds from the bottom half. And they make sure the noose is good and tight. Do it again. The one Blargest puts his like fucking meaty like hand paw on the bottom half, and it heals over, and then they rip again. Wait, we missed one! And you hear a rumbling from behind as you are pushed forward into the dirt. Mm-hmm. You turn around. There looks like there's a 2-headed wolf that's right above you, and you watch as the final thing you see are 2 jaws clamping down on your face.
So how was it?
Anybody have any lemon? I was gonna add some lemon to this crab.
Yeah, how does it feel?
We missed one. There's a 2-headed one.
2-headed what?
A 2-headed Blargest.
That's stupid. There's no such thing.
Well, this poor woman, I gesture at the skeleton, was just killed by one.
Nice to meet you, ma'am.
I didn't understand that one.
I don't get it either.
No, I mean, I'm concerned. I didn't understand that
Oh.
one. He kind of like
You
motions
being
it.
able to speak to the dead does not equate to fucking this realm.
Chromagill's understanding was this would let him talk to anyone, so he is like still somewhat confused.
Anyone who's living, not a construct or undead.
Yeah, she's no longer living, Chromagill. She's
Oh,
not part of this,
you know,
she's
that-
not part of this plane.
That unfortunately makes sense. As you were, ma'am.
Everyone
Ma'am.
grab me.
He tips his cap. Okay.
I'm sure whatever she's saying is beautiful.
It's just screaming.
And I'm sure it's beautiful.
She can hold a note for a while.
Anyway,
Anyways,
so a 2-headed one of these?
yeah. We got most of them, but we're missing the 2-headed one. I think that one's their leader. Either that or their muscle.
You think it might have gone into the temple? I mean, they were mobilizing for a reason, right?
Unfortunately, she was in the tent, and she didn't really get a good look. All she saw was 2 heads and jaws, and then black. So, yeah, we are missing someone. Luckily, we got an extra set of hands to fight for us, and it's a skeleton. I mean, I'm gonna search the camp for anything that the skeleton can actually use.
Chromagill looks at the skeleton for a split second and has a bone wheel around it, but then it's not there anymore.
That was strange.
But yeah, I want to do I guess an investigation in the campsite to find something to arm my skeleton with.
To arm, well, there was the weapons that the Blargest had, but they're in the fire right now.
Do skeletons get bothered by fire?
I don't think so. I think their biggest enemy is what you're wielding. I point at your club.
Well, I'm not gonna use it on him. It's more, if there's weapons in the fire, maybe the skeleton can just walk in there. I don't know.
Go grab something to protect yourself with.
It looks over to the fire. Looks back to you.
I have to do everything myself.
What are your bones going to burn?
Go in the fire to protect yourself.
There's no flesh. It's bone. Fine, hold on. Let me just use...
It looks to you and then just looks back to the fire. It puts its finger on your temple and you hear in your head, it still fucking hurts!
I'm new to this. Fine, I'm gonna use, let's see. Mage hand. What level? First level? Okay. I'm gonna spend an ectoplasm point, puts me at 7 to gain a spell slot back puts me
Is
at
there
1.
a chunk of wood somewhere, just like a or a rock?
You got shitloads of trees and rocks. Yeah, that's no problem.
I'm gonna take. Okay, hold on. I'm going to take a bunch of sticks and a rock, and I'm gonna feed it to stupid Kevin. You make me a club. I hand you a regular club.
Happy? I'll take that croaking as a yes.
What the fuck is that? Scrug says.
This is stupid Kevin. He's great. He makes things out of other things, as long as it's the things that you put in him.
Give me that.
No, it's mine.
He like takes it and he takes the lockbox that you have and he
Hey.
shoves the pieces into its mouth. It's a completed picture.
Is it spiders like we thought?
There are people that are praising the spider. There was more of a complete picture.
Oh,
Oh.
good spiders?
Oh, that or demigod.
It looks like
spiders.
it
Or people who
literally
like-
looks like there's actually Naga. It's depictions of Naga, so that's why it looks familiar to you.
Oh.
So it's weird because what looked like a spider, it's a tower that has like almost like appendages that come out to the side, followed by another piece of the tower with another piece of appendages that come out the side.
This could be bad,
Oh,
or it could be not bad. But I'm assuming that it's probably not good.
Whatever the case, I feel like we should get the hell out of here in case this two-headed dog or whatever it is comes back.
Well, it sounds like that's the thing we have to deal with.
you probably won't be too excited to see this place on fire.
That
And its pack gone.
there's got to be more Blarghast. This can't be only them.
We probably just stumbled into a smaller camp if there are more around here.
That's it. There's probably way more at the Ziggurat.
Yeah.
Well, we should probably head that way then.
All right, and with that, that's where we'll end tonight's session.
All right. Well, we have
Exciting
our
stuff.
marching orders. We know where we're heading. But before we go, we got art.
We do have art.
We got art.
Art!
I have a
minion.
Yeah, and I was like, it took you this fucking long to reanimate something?
To make a bone boy?
I love Animate Dead. There was a point in the campaign that I'm running where, necromancy in my world is seen as a bad thing in most continents.
Right.
And there's like, no, you can. Basically, they were trying to get a prisoner back with them because they had information that they wanted, but they were traveling with somebody that worked literally for the god that controls the realm between life and death. He's like, no, he's much more useful to us alive. And I think the line was, that is demonstrably not true. Points to a corpse, stands up as a skeleton. That'll do whatever I want.
All right, so I got the first picture up.
All right.
No worries.
No problem, dude.
Take your time.
I'm almost tempted to name the skeleton Belinda.
God damn it.
Bone Linda.
Bone Linda.
Bone Linda.
Oh no, Nedra!
Ah!
Quick doodle of the original Nedra ghost hand idea. Since the table joked about it last week, I thought I'd show this one.
Ghost hand. Nedra, no!
No!
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
I live by example. You did this to me. Peer pressure.
I learned this from watching you!
I'll be like you, master. Then you gotta freeze the arm off.
Just Sheldon's just.
Sheldon. Oh, yeah.
Wake.
I'm aging far too gracefully for this bullshit.
What have you done?
Wake, your
Wake.
student has
I can
learned
put
a
it back on her, but what did you do?
I lost my arm, but then she thought it was cool.
That's what you. That's what you get for losing your arm.
I'm concussed again. Don't lose your arm, Nedra. Then you can only punch with one hand.
Thank you so much. Next up,
Ghost punch.
Ooh, holy shit!
from
That's
Aaron
sick.
Caricature. Let me double check their name here real quick. Caricature by C. When TFS channels DBZ and their other projects,
Yeah, that's
maybe
some
Wakes.
Napa shit.
Wake! Allow me to assist you with your injury!
Maybe Wakes Hydro Ken should be renamed Kaio Hydro.
Kiko Hydro.
Kiko, that's it. I'm sorry, Kiko Hydro.
No, I get you. God, that's amazing. I love it.
I love Napa. Chroma Gill.
Yeah, fucking like that 90s like villain fucking shit.
Yep.
Veiny. He looks like he's a. Oh God, who the fuck did McFarlane? He looks like
Tom
a McFarlane.
McFarlane.
character.
Spawn?
Yeah.
Spawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can definitely see it.
I can
Looking
see
great.
that action
New
figure.
DLC character, Chroma Gill for
Hello.
Hell yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
yeah. Just be hungry or dead.
Why not both?
What would Chroma Gill's fatality be?
He would probably put a bunch of spores in you and you just explode in mushrooms. You just like
fuck
do like
yeah.
a stream of it into your nose and eyes and shit.
It's growing out everywhere. You
Yeah.
become one with the forest. Chroma Gill sits in front of you.
One of those really gross fatalities that's like maybe not super gory, but
Like
just like
Devora.
but you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
I don't
A
want
throne of mushrooms, and then Chroma Gill sits on
that.
it.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you very much, Aaron. This is really good. Next up,
Awesome.
Oh wow.
from Steven Giannetti. I'm sorry if I butchered that name.
You can taste the sadness.
I was gonna say, you just look so sad.
Don't exactly know how this works. Just wanted to show off some of my work. Oh, don't worry. We got it though.
That's
It looked
awesome.
great.
The shading is crazy, dude.
I wanted solitude, but at what cost?
It's just Thanos Morgan.
You know what
Yeah.
this kind of looks like to me? I mean, he's holding this sword. It's like, it's like he got that sword for his edgy 13-year-old. I got this for you, son. I found it at the mall.
Dad, that's
I found this at the Hot Topic.
But the face he's making is like his son just went, Dad, that looks lame.
Oh,
My idiot son made me spend $60.
Christmas is ruined again.
Bonk.
Stupid Chinese knockoff.
God damn it. Thank you so much.
Will probably break in one swing.
Next up, from
Nice.
from Kappa
Hey.
Pride Uwu. No one really saw this when I posted it last time, so I'm hoping someone might notice it this time. I'm sorry. Listen, things get passed by,
Yeah.
and I'm 100% sorry if that's the case.
There's a lot of art that gets floating out there, and sorry if it doesn't get noticed the first time. Sometimes it takes a hot minute.
Yeah. Second ever digital drawing. Don't judge too harshly. Why would I judge?
Looks
This is
great.
awesome.
Fine.
This is great.
It's good stuff. It's haunting.
Yeah, this is kind of the exact sort of face I, just that blank expression,
Yep.
shy guy minus the mouth.
Have you guys
eyes.
ever seen the creepypasta monster Siren Head?
Yes.
I haven't, but I will take
That
your word
that
for
gives
it.
me so much Siren Head vibes.
Yeah,
It's
it does
fucking
now that-
crazy.
Now that you mention it, it does.
I mean, I can Google it right now. So. While we're going through these.
He can see it and know.
Thank you so much, Kappa Pride. Sorry we missed you the first time. That's just the way the news goes. It happens sometimes. I'm sorry. Next up, from Thomas McNeil.
Bam!
Those eyes!
People eyes.
Oh my god!
Oh,
There's a little bit of horror in that.
little bit of Chroma Gill art I tried to do. Love the story so far, Zito. Keep up the good work. Also, my only second portrait ever on Twitter, so please be nice. Listen, I love it.
I love it, but
I
it's also
love-
giving me nightmares.
This is one of those like cursed images, but in the best sort of way.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, just put that on me. Thank you. That's my face now. Thanks.
Just be hungry or dead.
I'll make it work.
Oh man, it's that rotoscoping effect.
Why? Let me look at you.
You just did the I'll guess I'll die pose.
Well,
Thank you so much.
good. We're
Sophie.
getting Morgan over there now.
The eyes look terrific. Yeah.
Perfect. I'm not moving. Hold on. Back backwards. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
And you're the fucking Costanza baseball meme.
Oh man. The mix
Oh,
of
what a
best
great
worlds.
night. This
Holy
artwork's great.
shit.
Thank you very much.
And we got another one here from Lady D Draws.
Oh, Scrung!
It's Scrung. Zeno bought the boyo back, and I'm thrilled. I was happy to bring this guy back too. Hey, this is the last chapter. We might have some more surprises. in the
Cameos?
Blasts from the past.
future. Blast from the past returned. Hey, why do you think I'm getting you guys to go back to write?
I mean, that's the best reason.
That makes sense.
Thank you so much, Lady D Draws. And last one from the Roast Grief. Oh wait. Oh.
Hold
Oh,
on.
I-
Yeah, Scrung has to
there we
sit
go.
behind the...
Yeah, Scrung's DMing.
There we go.
Perfect.
Hey!
Oh my god, it's the perfect angle, too!
Yep. I've been catching from the Roast Grief. I've been catching up on TFS At the Table, and I thought I'd draw up more something more comedic. Take the wig ghost arm.
This is considerably less cool looking than I thought it would be. It's one of those, like, slap hands.
All
Those...
the gummy hands or
Yeah,
whatever.
fucking. All right, Tyler.
All right.
You know what must be done.
And
there
pull
we
him
go.
right on over. And just
Well, thank you. There we go. Perfect. Well, hold on. There we go. Well, thank you all for joining us here. It's been great having you here at the table. The Natural Wonders will be back next time at the table. I haven't really done one of these before. Yeah.
You idiot!
bye.
Bye.
I'm sad.
I'm beautiful.